Alright, this is the Phillips Hue personal wireless lighting system. This is the starter kit. Includes 3 bulbs and a base station for communicating with and controlling all the bulbs. I also picked up 2 extra bulbs, which I might be using to install in another room, but we're going to focus on just installing the 3 bulbs in the master bedroom. I'm going to be filming and editing all of this directly on my iPhone with an application called Give It, which I have a bit of a bias towards because I work for the company that produces the application. You can find that on the Apple App Store. Just search for GIVIT. Okay, we're going to get to the unboxing in a second. So kind of first impressions of the box. They did a really nice job here. It's definitely something that you pull off the shelf at the Apple Store. They did a lot of cool things. Paid some good attention to their packaging. It gives you kind of a step-by-step here on a color wheel. You slide the little color wheel over here. It's color on the other side, but you slide the color wheel and it gives you, your instructions or your kind of beginning how-to on what you should do with the system. So that's kind of the open of the box, and there's the bulbs and the base station. So what we're going to do next is go into the office because this requires being plugged into the router directly. Alright, so what we have here, we've got the Phillips base station. It's kind of a hockey puck thing. And it's plugged into my airport base station. It's the wireless router. They were nice. That came with the Ethernet cable, so didn't have to fish around for any cables. There's the hockey puck plugged in the back. It's got 3 lights on, which means, according to the manual, that everything's good to go. It's connected and it's ready. You can see there on the bottom, it's kind of hard to see in the dark here, but you can mount this on the wall. I don't know, kind of questionable there about whether this is something that you'd want to hang on your wall somewhere, especially with the power cable. I guess kind of following the Nest thermostat idea, I guess, that you'd want to hang these things on your wall. I'd prefer to keep it kind of tucked back with all the rest of the stuff for the house that I want to keep out of sight. So it's over here in my office with my audio gear and everything else kind of tucked away out of sight. All right, so that is the base station connected to the Philips base station, and now we're going to go try plugging in some light bulbs and see what happens. And we're on to our next step here, which is installing the bulb. I've taken out my nice energy efficient compact bulb, fluorescent bulb here. Save those for later in case the system doesn't work, but so far this is actually a functioning bulb from the Philips kit that I've installed here. This big stand light. The natural light off of it is actually pretty nice. It's a little bit dimmer than the bulb that was in there, but hopefully that's something we can adjust. I'd like to get a little bit more light out of it. So we're going to put the bulb in this fixture and over in the fixture on the other side of the room. And then find one more fixture, probably going in here, which is going to require a ladder to get to that bulb in there, and switch the 3 of these out, see if we can program a scene, bring out the iPad, and show you the app here in a few minutes. So we've got the bulbs installed up here, up in the recessed lighting in the hallway, actually in the hallway of the bedroom. And I've also got another bulb from the kit installed over here on the bedside table lamp. 3 bulbs all operating at just how you plug them in. The app, haven't installed it yet, but the lighting's decent. It feels like maybe a 40 or 60 watt bulb. I didn't look at the outside of the bulbs to see what their specs were, but it's kind of by default got kind of a nice kind of warm golden light, which is good, kind of all uniform throughout the room. So I'm going to take a break here, get the app all installed over on the iPad. Of course it installs on the iPhone as well, but I'm going to film it, so I install it on the iPad. I'm going to get to work creating some scenes and see the different colors and different settings and all the cool stuff that the app provides. Okay, so last time we saw all the lights were on. You can see they're different colors now. So we got the bedside table, we got the torch lamp, and we've got the bedroom hallway. All lights that can kind of be seen from the same area. Just kind of sitting in the middle of the bedroom, you can see kind of everything. Makes testing this nice because you can actually see the blend of the lights as you pull up the scenes from the application. So now we're going to take a look at the application. Let me go ahead and exit out real quick so we can see how this is default coming up. So right there we've got, among some kids games, we've got Phillips Hue. So click on that and it'll boot up. Now before coming back and shooting this, I had to install the app. The app wanted me to go up to the hockey puck style base station and hit the big button in the middle, basically to pair this with the application. I'm not sure about hitting that big button. I'd almost like to see a password in there, but that's neither here nor there. It's a really easy setup. I was really impressed at how fast everything just found each other. I literally had to do nothing. It detected all the lights that were in the room. So now back to the app. Pretty easy layout. They give you all these default presets, which I've kind of already gone through. There was 2 pages worth of them. You could scroll back and forth. I've put them all into one page called Master Bedroom. So this is where I'm installing the 3 lights from the kit. The other 2 will go somewhere else in the house, and I'll set up another page for that. First things kind of you see here, it's a little hard to see on the screen, but there's an all-off button, and obviously that turns everything in the room off. It's completely dark in here now. Selecting any of the other scenes kind of turns all of the bulbs on. Each of these scenes really is just a light intensity and the color of the light. And they use a blend in all of these presets that Phillips has put out here. They use a blend of each brightness and color to form some kind of scene. Some of the freakier ones, Deep Sea. It's got a very like part of it reminds me of of a Disney movie, and like part of it reminds me of a really bad porno. So take that for what you will. Ski is another one that's nice. It's super bright white. Everything's pretty much white except for one of the bulbs. Kind of has a slight blue tint to it, so it's a very bright kind of thing, very stark. Sunset's another one they have there. Obviously, that's kind of some golds, and it puts a red up there in one of the bulbs. I actually really like their concentrate. That one's concentrate, which is it's just a kind of a mellow. It's white, but it's got a little bit of gold in it. So you can see there, just some whites, a little bit gold, and their relax is really nice. It's kind of a dim, a lot more gold, a lot less brightness. Energize is an interesting one. I kind of find this one a little bit sterile, to tell you the truth. It's very white and kind of dim. I'm not sure why they call it Energize. But now that we've got that, we're going to go create our own scene real quick. They make it really easy to do it. I went through it once, and I'm just going to do it really quick here, kind of show you how it works. You click on the little button up there for new. They give you a menu, which might be hard to read here on the screen, but we'll go with it anyway. And they give you 4 different options for creating this. Let's see if I can get in there a little closer. Camera, library, Phillips, or light recipe. Phillips is kind of the presets that they give you just by default. Light recipe is kind of back into the whole, what's your purpose here? Don't know why that comes up at the beginning, but relax, concentrate, energize reading. It's kind of Phillips recipes for the different types of light. But we're going to go back and use kind of the interesting feature here, which is library. So I can either take a picture with the camera on my iPad or iPhone, or I can go to the library. And I can choose a picture and use color elements from that picture to assign to lighting. So I guess the idea being, if you really like the beach at sunset, you can pick the blue sky, the sun, and one other color element, or however many bulbs you have, that many color elements to fill out your scene. So here, this is the only thing I have on my iPad, so it's what we're going with. This is a picture of me playing guitar on a stage somewhere. So I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to say use. And this is going to pull up my pre-set up lights. So I actually went into the app and named each of these lights. Torch stand, the hall, and a table. So I got those 3 lights. I'm going to say, yep, those are the lights I want to use. Now they give you these little markers, which are a little bit hard to see here, but number 3, light 3, which is, I'm guessing, the hall stand, or the bedside table stand. And I can just kind of put my marker over there for 3, and the light changes to whatever color I have my finger over. So just shoot over there, and you can see I'm kind of moving the thing around with my finger, and the light's changing over there. So for that one, I'm going to assign it a reddish color. Just red over there, slightly orange red. Now the other 2 markers we kind of have sitting up here in a kind of a default color wheel space. I'm going to take one of them, and I'm going to put them down here on the guitar, which is kind of a gold. And that looks like it's taken my torch lamp and made it that color of the guitar there. Now for the last one, I don't really have anything great as a 3rd color in this picture. So I'm just going to take it up to this little color palette up here, and I'm going to say, you know what, make it really kind of a tan color. So there's the really tan color. That was actually affecting that. And the one earlier on the guitar looks like it was affecting the hallway. So we've got our 3 different markers there, and each of them you can set the brightness. And then for the scene, this is kind of something else that's neat, you can say when the scene switches on and when the scene switches off by time of day. And there's 3 different options that are a little hard to read on the screen, which are instant on, 3 minutes fade in, or 9-minute fade in. So if you like to wake up to a gradual increase in light in the morning and you have your favorite scene, you can do that, I'm guessing, on a per bulb, per group basis. I haven't kind of dug into all the details yet of how they figure out which bulb can be doing what at what time and if there's a conflict in timing. So that's it for the app. Kind of overall, the system's great. So far, just a one-room setup, so I haven't gotten into any, like I said, any of the conflicts yet, or how they deal with that from the app standpoint. But the base setup of a room is pretty easy. You get the base station installed, connect to your wireless router, you get the light bulbs installed. They come on right away with the lamp, as just like a standard light bulb would. App was easy to install and pretty easy to navigate around the Phillips application to kind of figure out what everything is doing. It's a pretty well designed app. Complaints, cost. The cost of these things is a little bit up there. At $199 for the starter kit, which is the base station and 3 bulbs. That's 3 bulbs for $200. Each additional bulb is $59. So you're looking at $60 per bulb. I've got 3 lights down here in the bedroom. Those are, so that's almost $200 just for bulbs. Each room is probably pretty much going to have 2 or 3 bulbs. I have other light fixtures up in the living room and then the dining area that take 3 bulbs each. plus my office, which has a ceiling fan with light in it that has 4 bulbs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 15. I've probably got 18 light bulbs in the house. So if I wanted to do a full setup of all this, you're looking at probably $1,000 plus for light bulbs. Nice thing there is that they do say that they last for 15 years. We'll see. Shouldn't have to replace them as long as I'm in the house. But $1,000 to put light bulbs in your house, probably a little high. Hoping that this is just a early adopter thing, and they'll get the technology down so that it's a lower price point that's a little bit easier on the average consumer, because it is a really cool system. It's nice to be able to control all the lights in the house, or potentially control all the lights in the house and their colors from the iPhone or the iPad. Or better yet, which I don't have in my hands yet, is an iPad mini. This is really an application where I can see going around with my iPad mini and using my iPad mini as a home controller, from controlling the lights to controlling iTunes, playing on the stereo, controlling DirecTV, kind of that single kind of elusive all-home controller that everybody's been looking for on the DIY basis. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing installation of the Phillips Hue system, and I'll post this online soon. Thank you.